to go home for Christmas, Shannon. You were coming with me.
Hi, Tannen TV. I'm Heather Marquez.
If you knock this Christmas episode out of the park, I'll finally greenlight Read Between the Vines, the European tour.
Nothing says Christmas better than a snowy winter town.
Shannon, welcome to the Marquez home.
Look how cute it is!
There's a new winery. You can interview the owners.
Hi.
The Knobloch Family Wines is a family vineyard.
We're not interested. Hello! My brother isn't giving you any grief, is he?
We need to gain more clientele. I can't think of a better way than to be featured in a TV show.
Hi.
I have a proviso. You get final approval.
You have a deal. Which is great because I had zero backup plan.
So, you loosen him up a bit?
Yeah.
Are you always this difficult?
Are you always this stubborn? We lost the snowman building contest, but we work surprisingly well together.
We harvest the grapes between December and January. They become more concentrated in sugar and in taste.
And it's a great metaphor. You know, some people come off tough and cold on the outside, but once you get to know them. Tell us about your Oma's Christmas cookies.
German shortbread paired perfectly with our ice wine.
Did you see this Tannenbaum?
I didn't realize you were fluent.
Gesundheit. Nutella. My dad is hosting holiday dinner.
What can we bring? Tonight was really special.
Thank you for coming. What if we made the ice wine harvest part of the Christmas festival?
If it wasn't for her, this festival would never ever happen. You make a good pairing.
I need you back here ASAP. It's time to launch a European tour.
I'm supposed to just put my heart out there so you can leave and then break it.
Still nothing? Not even a text.
Rudy.
Falling for you. It was worth it. Even if this is goodbye.
What's going on, world? That was the trailer for A Vineyard Christmas, streaming right now on Peacock on all the things. Go check it out. It's your boy QP. This is Nerds Rule the World, and this is the ShoPowSho. So, of course, I'm the Adobro, the Babinka Boy, the leader of the Holla Holla Homies in the Center Gang. And today I'm super excited because I have a member of my Filipino tribe, my FilipinX actors Barkada, coming through. She has this amazing new Christmas film out right now, giving us representation on Hallmark, which is amazing. Especially, you know, this, I think, probably like the first time I've ever seen like us on like a Hallmark show type of, you know, especially on Peacock. I'm like, my wife came in and when I was watching, she was like, yo, we on there now? We're repping on there now? I'm like, yes, it's Nikki Mckenzie. She looks familiar. Yeah, she's part of the FilipinX Actors Barkada guys. So shout out to Fab. But let me stop talking. Let me bring her up on the screen. She doesn't want to hear me blab. Boom, there you go. Air horns are going off right now, Nikki. It's in post, so I don't deafen you because I know you need those ears to do what you do. But thank you for coming through. Appreciate you.
Oh, thank you for having me. It's good to see you.
It's a pleasure. So a win for all of Fab, for you. I see you're killing it this year. You're like booking all these lead roles, which is wonderful. Just how was this year 2023 so far? It's been amazing, huh?
It's been really wonderful. I feel very blessed. I've always wanted to be the lead in a rom-com, and then to get to do it in a Christmas movie, it was like, dude, dream come true.
I love it.
Right? I mean, I've never, just like you said, I haven't seen, growing up, I didn't see anyone look like us as in movies. And I definitely didn't see anyone look like me that was the ingenue, you know? So it was definitely a pinch me moment. I feel so grateful. And I'm just very proud to represent our community.
I love it. Well, you did it well, and I'm so happy for you. And, you know, it looks like you're booking more. So like, let's keep this energy into 2024. I'm gonna put that spirit into the air, those vibes.
You too, for all of us. It's our community's time. I really believe that. It's time for our voices to be heard and to shed some light on Filipino Americans, Filipinos in general, and Canadians, just our culture.
Heck yeah. I love it. I love it. Because we're everywhere. We're everywhere.
We are. I mean, in America, we're the second largest Asian group. Did you know that?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, man. We out here. We're out here. We may not
be on the screen,
but we're doing the change. We're making the change. We're creating the change.
We
so
are.
That way we can be seen and heard. But I love it. And I'm just so proud of you killing it and making it happen. So let's talk about this booking, right? Yeah, like because it's like we weren't out there before, like in these Christmas roles or these Hallmark style movies. You got the call. We have this project. I think it was called like A Mistletoe and Wine. What was it like getting the call and then booking the gig? How did it all come together?
Oh man, getting the call was amazing, right? When my manager called, and I was like, "What? Me? Really? Cool." Yeah, it was. So the audition process for that was really fun. I basically just played myself. I think that's been the key to booking both these leads this last year, is that I started doing auditions from a more authentic place of this is who I am versus what I think producers want, and just really getting grounded in like who I am as a person and as an actress. And I did those auditions with heart and the way that I thought how I would play it. I treated it like I was on set already, and it worked. I got called to be on set. Which I think is the fun part about auditioning, right? Because I think auditioning can be a grind, as you know.
Yeah.
But I think what can make it really fun is when you start to kind of attack it from, this is what brings me joy. This is how I would play it. This is what it would be like if I was on set and as this person. And then it just becomes like you get to play and act, which is why we do this in the first place, right?
Yeah.
So, it was pretty incredible. And I had worked with Real One before. So the first movie I did, The Wedding Contest, which is hopefully coming out in 2024, I done with them already in September. So this was just an honor to get asked to do a Christmas movie with them. And they rewrote the part to be Filipina for me.
Wonderful. Oh, I love that. Shout out to them. That's awesome.
I know. It was like, I was just I couldn't believe it. I was like, really? I'd never heard of, sorry, my camera is.
You're
okay. No, it was wonderful when they rewrote the part for me. The writer, Katie Wilbert, is fantastic. Real One is the production company, and they just wanted to do it justice. They said, we want to make it authentic to you and reflect your culture. So Katie did some extensive interviews, and I told her all about my Filipino family and Noche Buena and Lechon and Tagalog. We added all of these flavors of Filipino culture into the film because they were open to it, which is awesome. Because I think so much about representation these days is also having the yes men say yes to us, like are open to diversity. And they are, this was such a kismet experience where the production company and the writer were so on board about inclusion and diversity and authenticity with Filipino culture.
Shout out to them. I love that. As I started watching it, to be real, like how much, okay, Nikki's in the lead role, but how Filipino are we going to get? And so I want to say when the actor that played your father, Manny, I think he said a knock. When I heard that, I was like, okay, we got that in there. Like how, what I'm saying? It's like, I'm looking for the different pieces that we're going to get. We got the parole. I will say what we didn't get with the Friendsgiving, and sorry, spoilers, maybe a little bit. I'll be careful. But when we have a Friendsgiving, we all know as Filipinos, there's a lot more family friends that should have been in there. But maybe budgets, cost wise for the cast, we kept it just straight to the main cast. But there would have been a lot more people and a lot more food.
We would have been late.
Yes,
we would have been hella late.
Yeah. I love it.
A lot more rice, probably. Totally.
I love it though. But that's beautiful. Now I really can't wait to see Wedding, because you must have wowed them with your brilliance, Nikki, to be like, okay, we gotta bring him back. We gotta rewrite this role. Props to you. I love it.
I mean, dude, that was kind of a crazy experience because I was gonna pass on that audition when it came in, which I'm so grateful I didn't. But I just was like, I was in kind of a bad place in the sense that I was getting close to a lot of stuff and testing and getting pinned, and it wasn't going my way. And I just was tired. And I remember that audition came through and I was like, I need a break. I'm going to pass on this. But then I got on a flight to go to Philly to go visit my husband's family, and my TV wasn't working. And I was hella bored. I was like, I got nothing to do. It's 5 hours. So I ended up reading the script and I fell in love with the story. I thought it was so funny. And I remember even thinking like, they're not going to cast a Filipino girl, but I'm going to do this because this is fun. And I'm going to do this because this brings me joy and not expecting anything. Because I was like, this is probably a long shot that they'll cast me. Because I just assumed it would be a blonde hair, blue-eyed girl. And we landed in Philly. We did the audition. It was so quick. I did it the way I would just wanted to do it as myself. And then 2 days later, I booked it and was on a flight to Canada, I think 2.5 weeks later, 3 weeks later, which thank God. But I think it's such a good reminder that our jobs will never miss us, in that sense. So, because it's, this industry's a grind. So sometimes you feel like you're moving forward. And then even if you're moving forward, you might feel like you're taking like 4 steps back. But the point is you keep moving forward, right?
Exactly.
And so I think like this was such a gift because I didn't see it coming. And then it opened my world to so many other opportunities, like this Christmas movie, which was a total dream because that was my first time I got to play Filipino in anything I've done.
Oh, wow. Dope. Yeah. Amazing.
Because I think most of this, I think it's changing, which is wonderful, but there's not a ton of parts written for Filipino Americans still. So I think that was what was so great is they were like, no, I'm not like generically Asian or ethnically ambiguous.
And that's what I was curious what we were going to get. And when I saw those little notes of like a knock and I was like, oh, thank you. Thank you. I was
right, like hi. Yeah. And even like him teaching my friend how to speak Tagalog.
Yes.
Right? Oh, it was so nuanced and I admire Katie for writing that and for Rowan because that was such a gift. Hopefully like other people, this will be normalized now. People will watch a Hallmark movie and see a Filipina or a Filipino and be like, cool. It won't be such a wait, hold on. Well, that's a new thing. I think it's so important to have representation for all of us.
I love it. Shout out to Katie for being an ally. Appreciate you.
Yes, we need those. We need that. Yeah. And the execs too. Like shout out to the execs, man. Like,
yeah.
There we go. Shout out to the execs for being open to a Filipino girl in different cultures. Yeah. I'm so honored.
That's beautiful. I love it. It's so awesome. So you did it and hopefully more because again you're now in the system because I think as well with a lot of these it's like once you get into like that in crowd and people they know and work with like you're in there, Nikki, like keep on getting them wins. We got you.
Isn't that interesting? I feel like that's true for anything, right? Like I always want to leave any project with people wanting to work with me again. It's like what is that saying? It's you'll never remember you might not remember someone's name, but you'll always remember how they made you feel.
Yes.
And I think leaving like any work environment with like grace and love and dedication always, I think it pays it forward tenfold. If people want to work with you again, more work will come. It's abundant, right?
Oh yeah. And especially the energy. Like you must have gave the energy on the first and they felt so compelled. Like it's in the system. And even for yourself, and I just love what you said. Because you said it perfectly. This can be a grind. Why I'm talking to you right now is me just when getting down because not getting cast for just for normal stuff. So I was like, you know what? Let me at least get that love for the energy by promoting other friends in the industry and doing things like this. And it still kind of feels that if you will. So.
And yours is coming, right? Yours is coming.
Oh yeah, I'm still gonna put in that work.
It's coming, because I think so much of that is just. I think at our level now, everyone's great. And it's just about trusting the timing of it, That's kind of woo-woo, but whatever you want, God, universe, whatever you want to believe. But I think like just trusting that this is your calling and it'll happen when it's supposed to. It just doesn't always look the way you think it's going to look, And then so much of it is just, we can't give up. I think that's the only difference sometimes between people who make it and people who don't.
Yeah,
is that the people who make it just didn't give up. And granted, some people have it easier than others for sure.
Yeah.
But I think everything, it's all linked. I don't think it would be in our hearts if we weren't supposed to do this.
Yeah. I would. Yeah, I can't imagine not doing anything else. But at least funneling it in this way and just letting That's a deep conversation, right?
I know, right? But like, I mean, our family, I mean, I don't know about your family, but my family didn't necessarily, they're wonderful now, but they didn't support it.
Yeah, totally. my mom still, and I've talked to Denzel Washington, Snoop Dogg, William Shatner all in the past year. But is that really a job? Like, what? Like, come on now, even now, it's crazy. It's like, I'm mom, come on now. Anyway, but that's Filipino moms.
I mean, the shores. It's tough love.
It's tough love.
It's tough
but
love.
that energy only makes me work even harder, though. I'm not gonna lie. That just like, okay, I rechannel it, and push it even further. But anyway, I want to talk about you, Nikki. You are amazing. You're killing it. So you booked the role. Were you a wine drinker? Were you a level 3 sommelier in real life, or is that just a line?
That's a lie. I wish.
I like wine, but I don't really like wine. My wife is all about wine. We have wine parties here at the house. We have a whole wine rack and fridge and just all the things, but I'm not much of a wine drinker, and I try. So were you a wine drinker?
So I do enjoy wine for sure.
Okay.
I'm definitely not a sommelier. It's very hard to be a sommelier. I had no idea. It's like a ton of tests. It's a lot. So that was an honor to get to play a sommelier because I got to learn a lot about wine because we shot at a real vineyard. So there was a sommelier that was actually there, and he would teach me how to hold the wine and how to, because you got to sniff it a certain way and taste it a certain way. It's so nuanced. But I do like it. And now I've tried ice wine, which I had never tried before. Have you had that?
Yeah, actually in Canada.
Yeah, okay.
Up in Canada.
Oh, that's so funny. I had it for the first time in Canada too. So I'm curious if it's here.
You know what? I wonder if it is a Canadian thing, to be honest. Yeah.
Oh, it's delicious. I mean, it tastes.
And I'm not much of a wine guy either. And so I was like, but I did enjoy it.
It's like ice cream. It's like ice cream in a glass, which I'm into.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, but no, definitely not a sommelier, but would love to play one again, and definitely learned a lot.
Yeah, so was that a cool aspect of the gig, a booking, not only, leading this film and the representation, but that fun aspect of when you book a role and whether you're playing a character that was, based on a real person, or just this kind of fun aspect where you're learning how to fight, but like, here you're learning how to all about wine. And do you have are you a Cabernet person? I don't know, like all the things like
that's a
wine.
good question. What am I? Gosh, I'm very much of a rosé girl, which is so basic. I love a good rosé. I used to love red wine, but then I feel like since I've gotten older, like I get really red. I get like Asian red when I do. So I'm much more of like a more Chardonnay rosé girl now, just because I don't want to look like a tomato, but it's delicious, I mean, there's something nice about having a nice glass of wine and a good conversation and a good laugh. It's so chill. I also do like whiskey, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah, I'm a hard liquor person. I'm not a beer cat. I'm former military, so it's like.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you. Yes, years ago.
Awesome.
But so you booked the gig. You learn all about wine. What was it like on this set? Where did you film? How long was it? And what was it like working with the cast and crew?
I loved working with this cast and crew. They were fantastic. The director was Anna Valine. The other lead is Victor Zink Jr. And we just had instant chemistry. So that's always fun when you're playing opposite someone and you just like them as a person, because chemistry is really hard to create.
Did you get to meet him before on set to like build out that chemistry? Did you have like any chemistry reads at all?
No, we didn't. So that was what was so cool is they hired us separately. So we met for the first time in Kelowna, where we shot, which is essentially it's British Columbia, almost like they're Napa. It's absolutely stunning. It's just Wine Valley. And so what was cool is, Vic and I just met for the first time, I think a week, maybe 4 days before we started shooting. I mean, it was fast because MOWs work pretty fast over there. So we did, I think 3 weeks of filming, 2.5, something like that. And you're doing like 10, 15 pages a day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And it's intense. So what was great is I think just instantly as people, we liked each other. So that made it very easy. And then our director was awesome. So she basically would do table reads with him and I so that we could build some chemistry and work on beats with her. And then we worked on stuff on our own because we didn't shoot in order.
I was going to say, did you like shoot in sequence because of like, to maybe help the tension to then relationship?
That would have been awesome. We could not because of the locations. So it was really funny because I'm trying to remember our last scene of the movie was there's a snow band building contest in the beginning. And by that time, we had been together for like 3 weeks. So our director was like, no mushy, like you don't like each other yet. It's like, stop it. Be like, stop the mushy. So we had built that much chemistry that was nice. Like that scene was almost, we had to do over because we were like, oh yeah, we're not into each other yet, But so that was really helpful, is doing those table reads with Anna and then working separately together. We would meet because we did it sequentially with Anna. Then we could go back and look at the shoot schedule, and then we'd run scenes depending on what we were shooting the next day. And then we would talk about like emotionally where we were at so that we were on the same page about, because we were moving so fast and it's not in order. So that felt like we were such a team when that, and I really appreciate him for that work because it was a lot of extra time. We were working really long hours. So I think we both really care about the film and, loved the story. So we gave it our all. And that's really nice. It was such a collaboration with Vic. And it's great because then it's like, oh yeah, that's right. This is the spot. Because sometimes we were like doing scenes where we already in love. Sometimes we were doing scenes where he was pissing me off, but we were on the same page. And I'm really grateful for that.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So
we just like joked around a lot too on set. The whole cast is like super cool. Brittany played my best friend, and I felt like I found a new best friend in her instantly. She was just so lovely. She was the Jewish character in the film, and Lucas Penner is become a very good friend of mine. He played Vic's brother, so we all still talk like once a month and Zoom and catch up, and I'm huge fans of all of them. So that was like, it didn't feel like work. It just felt like hanging out with my friends on set.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's always makes it so much easier, especially with the circumstances of the film production schedule and everything like that.
It's a dream gig. And then Anna was amazing because the director comes from a theater background. So she has like that very cool, deep energy. So she would just give us notes in between takes that were just like these delicious notes. We were like, whoa, really? So as an actor, it was really fulfilling to get, because sometimes you don't get notes like that, Sorry.
Yeah. How about the actor that played your father, Manny, I think it was. Because Vincent Ross, shout out to Vincent Ross. I have IMDb up. So Filipino don't crack, just like black don't crack. Filipino don't crack. Younger looking father, like that interaction to like build the chemistry, father daughter type.
Well, building chemistry with Vince was so easy because he's awesome. He's a real father. He's got 2 younger girls that are also actresses. I think they're in their teens now. And his whole family's wonderful. His wife's an actress too. But we instantly hit it off because we're both Filipino. And he's got just like that beautiful fatherly energy. He's also young. Like they dressed him up to look.
That's what I was like. He looks young, but at the same time, we don't crack either. Like he could have been pops.
Yeah, Asian don't raisin, So
that's what I was looking for. I couldn't think of it. Asian don't raisin.
Asian don't raisin. So it was that's the first time I've ever gotten to work with another Filipino on set. That's awesome. That meant a lot because we could just crack jokes. We were teaching everyone how to speak in a Tagalog accent. We were playing NSYNC and like, and just tell you about our food and getting camera guys to kind of like point at things with their lips, Wait.
I love it.
Cam's there.
I love it.
It was great. The crew, some of the guys still send me like when they see Filipino comedians or like fun jokes, they'll send it to me on Instagram. So it was really nice, like blending of all these different cultures.
That's awesome. I was looking for when he made you, spoilers, sorry y'all, watch it streaming right now, a Vineyard Christmas. When he made you breakfast, I was looking for a traditional Filipino breakfast. but I'm guessing it was the breakfast of your mother's character in the project. I was ready for like some rice and some longanise. An egg. I was looking for Filipino breakfast, but all good. We still got some other things in there, but
totally. Yeah, for sure. I didn't even think about that. You're right. It should have been like longanise and rice. But yeah, it was because it was my mom's culture.
It made sense.
Yeah. But he's lovely. I mean, I can't wait for the day that's not unique to work with another Filipino. Other than like if you're doing Easter Sunday, it makes sense. Wonderful, great movie. Everyone's Filipino. That's just not normal. It's still not normal to see. So I'm glad that I got to be a part of that storytelling.
I love it. So now that it's out there and everybody can catch it, streaming on all things, we are in the holiday season right now, Nikki.
Yeah.
What has it been like? What has it been from aunties, uncles, everybody? Because they're playing the heck out of it. Hallmark 24 hours. Peacock right now, everywhere. What has the reception been like with the film being out there?
Oh, my family's been so awesome. It's been so loving. I think they're just very proud of me, which feels really great, especially because, in the beginning, people were like, you can't have a stable job doing this, Nikki. What are you doing? We didn't immigrate from the Philippines for this. But now they're super proud and they're on board and they've all watched it. They share it on Instagram. My mom's emailing all her friends about it in the Philippines, and everywhere that she knows in the Bay Area. That's where I'm from originally. So it just feels cool. And it kind of feels like a tribute to my Lola, because she was the matriarch of our family and she passed away. So it was a really nice thing to be able to kind of make her come alive through sharing stories about what Christmas was like. So when I think about Christmas, I still think about, we called her Wawa because my Kuya, my Kuya Miggy couldn't say his L's, I guess, as a kid. So Lola became Wawa and it stuck. But she was where we open presents every on the 24th of Christmas and all the food that we had. So it was really cool to tell Katie all about that and then incorporate it and kind of feel like Wawa was around, I got to pay homage to her.
Oh, that's so beautiful. Dedicated to Wawa right now.
Yeah,
Love it.
she's the coolest.
That's awesome. So now something you could share now for the rest of your life or during the holidays. This is amazing, especially for a holiday picture.
For sure. And I think what's cool is a
little different, it hits different.
Yeah. And you can you can watch it next holiday too. I love watching some of my favorite Christmas movies over and over again. Like Hook, which people don't think is an actual Christmas movie, but it is.
Yes.
Love Actually, all those. So yeah, this would be, I would love that if people continue to keep watching this, every Christmas or in July. Don't people watch Christmas movies?
Yeah. They have the Christmas in July. Yeah, they do that. But getting into these the holiday niche type films, it's almost guaranteed, especially for residuals too. Girl, you're in a good market right now. Because I'm saying residuals, I'm the actor mindset in me is oh yes. Because then you're guaranteed that it's gonna get some airplay.
Money.
I love it.
Yeah, totally. I mean, yeah. And I think if I want this to bring joy to people, because I think there's a lot going on in the world right now, and I think we all need a little love. So if this can kind of just help someone laugh or feel good, that makes me so happy. We need more.
We need all the syrupy sweetness that Hallmark movies like this are. And with you bringing in that representation, this is a home run, Nikki. So proud of you. So happy for you. And hopefully that we'll get the wedding film that you also lead in that started this whole movement with a Vineyard Christmas in 2024. And when that drops, definitely have to have you back. And then we got to talk about everything Nikki Mckenzie, falling in love with acting and why this is your chosen path and the ups and downs. Because we want to inspire the next generation. That's what I try to do here on ShoPowSho. But right now it's all about Vineyard Christmas. And we want to let everybody know right now, because it's the holiday season, to go check it out. But it's such a pleasure to talk with you, Nikki. And we got to have you back.
I would love to be back. You're wonderful.
You're the best. Everybody, Nikki Mckenzie, A Vineyard Christmas is streaming right now. Go check it out. I'll have all the links in the description below so you can follow her and see when all the other projects are coming. This has been a ShoPowSho. Mahal kita. Salamat. Until next time, y'all.
Salamat.
There we go. Thanks, Nikki. You're awesome.